From beings hiding in the deep dark woods to a pack of giants spotted on mountains, we have for you the creepiest creatures ever captured, so stick to the end. This couple was busy having a good time while camping, unknown to the potential danger that was lurking nearby. It wasn't until they came back home and were checking the photographs out when they saw something strange. An eerie figure was captured in one of the selfies. It was right behind both of them, hiding behind a tree. At first, they disregarded it, thinking it must be a hoax or something. However, when they zoomed in on it, they were shocked to see that it was actually a big creature looking straight at the camera. The creature's face can be made out in the zoomed-in part, and we can see it has a resemblance to a human. But it surely was not a human. The picture was later given to the authorities, who tried their best to find any clues, but there was nothing to find. The case was disregarded, saying it was probably a fake. However, the couple always remained fixed on the opinion that it was some otherworldly being there. To this day, the mystery remains unsolved. This video showcases a place which the founders called a Bigfoot's Den. In the middle of snowy mountains, some hikers actually reached a place which they thought was quite suspicious. It was a cave, but open from both sides, made out of huge stones, like someone built it by placing the stones one over the other. Not just this, nearby the place, there were trees broken and broken branches everywhere. It seemed like a huge predator had been living in the area, stomping over trees and breaking them. The only thing this mysterious place in chaos could lead to was the existence of the infamous Bigfoot. The way the den was shaped, it was easy for a big-sized animal to move easily. However, the creature was actually never spotted in the area, so nothing was ever confirmed. Was it really the home of a Bigfoot, or was it just the doing of a human? I guess we would never know. This isn't really a creepy trail video or photo, but something I wanted to share with you. Known as the Beast Woman of Brazil or Mary de Jesus, this story dates back to 1964 in Peru. A woman who remains a mystery to all the experts and scientists to this day. Mary was a girl who resembled a gorilla more than a human. As we dive into the photographs of Mary, we see how her facial features were unlike humans, though there is a possibility that she might have been suffering from some paradox which the experts of her time were not able to classify. The myth remains that she is the closest to what a Bigfoot can be like, or in this case, a female Bigfoot. There is always a possibility that this can be somewhat of an explanation for the existence of Bigfoots. Maybe they are really just humans with such defects. Cameras can become the ultimate weapon if you are in for collecting evidence of the unknown. For instance, these two friends were able to capture not just one or two, but a whole group of huge beasts lurking high above the mountains. At the start of the clip, there is not much to see. However, as time passes and the camera focuses, we see a giant coming into sight. As time flows, a number of giant creatures, one by one, are captured in the eye of the camera. Considering the size of the beings, it is evident that they are not average humans. First of all, they are high above on a mountain. A human would not even be visible at such a height compared to the size of the mountain. There appear to be 4 giants, out of which one is the biggest and the other 3 are comparatively smaller in size. However, with only this clip as the sole evidence of their existence, there isn't much known about them. Trail cameras are usually a source of a glimpse into the wildlife and the moments of nature that are otherwise hidden from the human eye. However, these trail cameras can also be a source of some of the creepiest moments ever captured. Take this clip, for instance, which, unlike others, did not capture some otherworldly being, but instead a creepy human. The man comes into sight with something in his hand and suddenly notices the camera mounted on a tree. He then proceeds to come closer to the camera until his face is as close to it as possible. That's when he stops for a second and gives the creepiest smile possible. As the video was uploaded on the internet, it gave rise to hundreds of questions. Who was the man? And what exactly was he doing alone so deep inside the woods? But no answers to be found anywhere. Some people tend to think they can befriend wild animals like they can befriend dogs and cats. However, that is not always the case, because wild animals will always be wild. This video shows us one such case when a zookeeper had a really close call with a hippo. He narrowly escaped the huge jaws of the beast. Luckily, he made it in time. Otherwise, we can only imagine what might have happened to him. The hippo, on the other hand, did not stop with just one attack and tried charging the man one more time. No matter how cute these animals might look to people, they are animals in the end who have the ability to deal with humans in one blow. This footage was recorded in September 2023 when some unexplainable things happened at a house. The woman was sleeping peacefully with the TV on when she started to smell something weird. The smell was so bad that she woke up while coughing badly. According to her, the house smelled like rotten eggs or sulfur, which is supposedly known to be associated with ghostly activity. As she was on call with someone, telling them what was happening, the light bulb started sparking. And as if that wasn't enough, as she looked at the cross hung on the wall, it appeared to have inverted its position upside down too. That made the woman run out of the house, now sure that the house was completely under the control of some evil ghost. As she was out of sight, the happenings did not stop, and the bulb completely blew out. Was it really an evil entity in the house, or is there some other explanation for the happenings? I guess we will never know. Recorded a couple of years ago, this video captures a terrifyingly peculiar sight where a huge beast is spotted sitting near a lake, trying to drink water. For a minute straight, the beast sat there before getting up and moving on its way. If we look closely, the beast bears a striking resemblance to a gorilla, but the way it was walking and sitting, gorillas are not able to do so. The color of its fur and the face also look like a gorilla, but again, the behavior was like a human. Could it be that it was a Bigfoot spotted and captured by the man? Or is it just a gorilla who has learned how to walk and behave like humans? Well, whichever the case, the beast can be quite dangerous to humans. The man recording was lucky he wasn't spotted by it. This clip was recorded in the backyard of a house which was famous for being haunted. Some ghost hunters went inside to check it out, but when they found nothing, they decided to set a camera there, in case it captured something of interest. Little did they know, they would get exactly what they wanted. As the guys left, the camera started rolling, and it captured a small creature taking a peek at what was happening down there. The creature had glowing eyes and a weird physique. Although it appears for a few seconds, it is enough to know that the house might actually be haunted. According to the boys, they found nothing there and did not realize any kind of presence until they saw it on the video. The man who recorded this video did not realize what he had captured until he looked at it thoroughly. The clip is very short, and the creature in it is not visible until we slow it down and pay attention to it. Blended in perfectly with the trees and the mountains, the giant appears to have been going on its own way. Neither the giant nor the man recording realized each other's presence so close to each other, or it might have ended in a bloody scene. The creature's skin color did not look like a gorilla, although its size was just the same. As the video was uploaded on the internet, the viewers were quick to conclude that it was a Sasquatch. Considering how it was so well hidden in its surroundings, there is no doubt we don't have a lot of evidence of their existence. A Ring camera happened to record a weird sight on a rather regular day in a field. The short clip shows a huge creature taking long strides as it appears from the left, and quickly disappears towards the right of the field. Considering the huge size of the creature, it was not a human. Moreover, considering the appearance of the creature, it was not a usual animal either. But then, what was it? People on the internet had multiple theories about it, ranging from it being a human with a costume, to it being the dangerous beast that has been sighted in the area a couple of times. Everyone had their own versions. However, we could only get our hands on this video, and by the looks of it, the creature does resemble a Bigfoot, although the angle and the camera being far away make it a little suspicious as well. A man went out for hiking when he came across a sight that shook him to the core. Not too far away from him lurked a beast unknown to him. Even though he was scared, he managed to record a minute-long footage of it. We can see how, hiding in the trees and bushes, the creature is going on its way unsuspected by the human recording it. According to the man, he went to the place almost every day, but had never seen such a thing before. It was the first time he saw it and did not know what to do except recording it and uploading it on YouTube. The video was also given to the authorities. However, nothing was ever found about the creature even after a thorough search of the area. A curious visitor peeps in at the window. I've watched this video a few times, and with each shift in focus, another probability emerges. Is it a little gray man on his first abduction mission, or is it a black cat? The enhanced replay with more light seems to reveal a hairy humanoid creature covered in fur or leaves, with two glowing eyes that remains all but camouflaged in the dark. Let us know what you see. Wrong answers only. In the following footage, a guy describes seeing an unidentifiable creature near his fence. While recording, he captures an eerie scream emanating from the forest just beyond his property. The sound is quite terrifying, but is closely followed by a kind of bellow, which could be an animal in pain or the sound of deer or elk during rutting season.
And did you hear that?
I'm becoming increasingly convinced that living near the woods is a bad idea.
Oh.
This person is filming this through a window because they saw something terrifying moving slowly across their street. In a grainy footage, we can see them filming a small, white, slow-moving thing. It has the customary pale skin and elongated neck that has become common with these sightings. But unlike others, the torso is short and the creature is bipedal. This one is also smaller and shorter than others. It is clear based on the quality of the video that it has been zoomed in, and that coupled with the angle is an important clue in this puzzle. Are we merely seeing an elderly person walking in their garden from a height? If you have any theories, let us know. This video claims to capture some kind of cryptid, but if the dark, blurry, zoomed-in nature of it is anything to go by, this really could be anyone's guess. To me, it looks like they stumbled upon a badger minutes after it captured its prey, which may explain why it didn't just run off. There also appears to be distinct markings or stripes on the creature's face, which leads me to believe it's an animal. Watch closely towards the end of the video when it's had enough of the car lights in its face, and it turns to shuffle off. A distinct tail can be seen. There's a lot going on in this video. Two guys shooting the breeze while the driver motors at breakneck speed through a forest. His passenger captures the journey on video. Amongst the trees, and only for a fraction of a second as they speed by, a bipedal creature with dark fur is spotted running. Is this really a creepy stroke of luck, or an amateur filmmaker's first horror short? The dialogue itself seems pretty stylized and feels almost scripted.
I got a friend, Jimmy. He's an alcoholic.
Let's watch that again in slow motion. What do you think? Is it real? This clip shows a mountain lion covered in snow, stuck atop a rock ledge. There are 3 dogs, all with trackers on their necks, baying the mountain lion up the side of the rock. Although it's hard to tell, the mountain lion is pretty massive. It's puffed up to look larger, but it is still thick and well muscled. It is unable to make a move since it is surrounded by the 3 dogs, which seem to alert the owner of its presence. Their barks and uneasy movements may indicate that they are alert on the mountain lion presence and seem to be warning the owner. The mountain lion appears to be calm and only keeps opening its mouth. Mountain lions have been known to ambush livestock and human settlement, and this dog courageously seemed to have chased it away and cornered it. With a mountain lion as big as the one in the clip, it's a good thing that it didn't turn and attack. It probably would have made short work of those dogs. A man walking in the forest stumbles upon a strange sight that is worth a shot. He captures a tall, huge figure standing at the top of the sloped forest. At first, we only see the figure's tall, towering stature, but when it faces the camera direction, we are able to make out some of the figure's features. It appears to walk like a human, but it has an abnormal height. It has a relatively small head in relation to the body and tall, lanky, long arms. We are not able to make out whether the figure had fur on its body. One might say it is a human with a large costume, trying to cause a speculation, but this figure is truly a remarkable one, and it could be a rare sighting of the Bigfoot. In the dead of night, a man and his daughter caught something watching them in the grasslands. As they shine their light into the dark, they happen to see 2 shiny objects that look like shining orbs. As soon as they move around, we can easily see that is a creature of some sort, and the glowing eyes could be actually stalking on them. The man notifies the creature that they know it is there.
I see you.
But it responds by drifting away. Perhaps it could be an animal who happened to pass by. And its attention was caught by the people in the grasslands, or something else that we don't know of and likes to walk around in the middle of the night stalking people. In this clip, a bulldog shows great courage when it comes face to face with a mountain lion. The clip begins as the dog appears to be scratching something off a tree. The dog catches the scent of something unusual and lifts its nose to figure out what it is. In the far back of the camera, 2 eyes of a mountain lion are seen keeping a close eye on the dog, as if waiting for the perfect moment to pounce on its prey. It moves away from the camera, and the lion starts to closely follow back. As the lion moves into attack, the dog takes notice and counters, scaring the lion and chasing it away. Imagine going for a walk late at night and coming across something straight out of a nightmare. This is exactly what happened to this guy who was on his usual walk after dinner when he spotted something weird on the ground. Intrigued, he went closer to inspect what it was. However, he was shocked to find out that it was a weird creature lying lifeless on the ground. Not knowing what to do, he took his camera out and recorded it. By the looks of it, the creature resembled a Bigfoot, but the size appears to be smaller. Could it be the ultimate evidence of the existence of Bigfoot? Although we might want to consider this as being fake, considering the fact that it can just be an animal looking like a Bigfoot. A video was posted on TikTok by a user who said they had caught a huge, deadly predator on camera, recorded at night. The video shows that 2 men were out for a hike quite late, and while on it, they sensed something weird. Upon closer look, it becomes clear that two glowing eyes, not so far away from the men, are staring into their souls. The eyes did not look like they belonged to any regular wild animal, but it looks like they were of a huge, deadly, and terrifying predator, waiting for the best chance to pounce upon the guys and eat them alive. There is a possibility that it could be a wolf, but that would be one huge wolf considering the size of the creature. Nonetheless, a scary situation to get stuck in, and very lucky to get out of it safely as well. When some guys heard of a haunted building nearby, they decided that they would need to go and check the building out by themselves and not believe whatever is famous about it. They set up their cameras and went inside one night, unknowing of what was about to happen. As they were wandering and looking at things, one of the cameras recorded something scary. There were two glowing eyes staring straight at the boys through the dark. The video is shaky, so the eyes could not be focused on. However, the small glimpse was enough to let the guys know that they needed to leave ASAP. According to them, they had seen the thing in the hiding and left immediately, deciding never to let curiosity take the best of them ever again. While camping with friends, this guy sensed something weird, so he got up to go and check what it was. However, as he got closer to the tree, a weird creature came into sight. Even though it is quite dark, we can see the creature disappearing behind the tree. As soon as the fire starts, the creature's face gets clearer, and towards the end of the video, we get to see its hand with slender, long fingers as well. The sight made the guy so scared that he ended the video abruptly and left the spot. Cameras can prove to be the ultimate source of evidence at times. For instance, take this clip for example. A woman entered her house and thankfully locked the door in time, because seconds after, we see two guys approaching the house. One tries to even open the door. They were in no mood to go away until the girl saw it on the camera and started screaming at the top of her lungs that she would be calling the police. The way the two men approached and tried to get inside, there is no doubt that it should be considered as an attempted abduction. However, the authorities were informed, and they are currently investigating the matter. Captured on a trail camera, this video looks like it came straight out of a horror fiction. A figure, which looks quite vague at the start of the clip, is seen moving slowly towards the camera. However, since it was night, the darkness makes it difficult to make out what the figure could be. It did not look like a human, as it did not appear to have arms or legs, neither did it look like an animal. The creepy figure gradually gets closer to the camera, but before we could get a clear picture, the video ends right there. Even though the video was uploaded on TikTok later by the trail camera owner, no one could identify what the thing was. All they could think was that either it was fake or it was a ghost strolling late at night. Going into places which have been closed for years and are famous to be haunted is not something people should do, or else they end up in situations they do not know how to get out of. This clip shows the same thing happening when a man decided to go inside a haunted building. At first, the light went off. Then, as he moved to the other side of the room, a black figure was seen standing in the corner. The figure had a weird, glowing red light behind it. However, this was enough to let the man know that he was in danger, and that he needed to leave as soon as he could. According to the man, it was a ghost which terrified him for months after the incident happened. Captured in 2023, this picture shocked the internet when it was uploaded. Taken by a trail camera, the picture shows a huge head of an unknown creature. It appears to have a big head with no hair and big eyes, although only one eye is visible in the picture. This terrifying picture had everyone in shock and wondering what the creature could be. Was it an alien or a bald drunkard very close to the trail camera? With just one picture, no one could tell what exactly it was. A theory stating that it was an alien became quite famous among the internet users. However, nothing was ever confirmed by the authorities or experts. Have you ever had that eerie feeling like someone's watching you when you're alone? Well, if you have, brace yourself because this video is going to send shivers down your spine. It was captured by a homeowner who was peacefully sleeping one night when he heard a strange noise at his window, and what he caught on camera is truly chilling. In the video, you can clearly see a massive gorilla-like figure lurking outside the window. Its presence is enough to send a shiver down your spine. Some folks who've seen this footage speculate that it might be Bigfoot, but the evidence isn't crystal clear. It could also be a person dressed up in a gorilla suit. But there's something about those eyes that looks all too real for comfort. What are your thoughts on this unsettling visitor? In this video, a streamer recorded something quite unsettling during their live stream. They were in a forest, and suddenly at a distance, a tall and dark figure passed by. The streamer noticed it and seemed a bit surprised or scared. This figure looked very tall and appeared to be covered in dark fur. Some people think it might be a gorilla or an ape, but its height makes some folks believe it could be the legendary creature known as Bigfoot. This was a historic moment because it was the first time anyone had ever captured a possible Bigfoot encounter during a live stream in real life. Security cameras are meant to keep homes safe, but sometimes they capture unusual and odd moments. One homeowner recorded such an incident on their security camera. In the video, there's a very skinny and naked man behaving strangely, almost like he's possessed by a spirit. It's possible he could be someone struggling with drug addiction and under the influence. Whatever the cause of his behavior, it's clear that he needs help for his mental well-being. However, for the homeowner, seeing someone act so strangely on their doorstep was a scary and strange experience. This video was shared on TikTok by a user named Ben Trolley. In the video, the uploader claims to have captured a strange creature he believes is a rake stalking him. The video starts with a cameraman recording something in the bushes near a forest. In those bushes, we can see a pair of eyes lurking. These eyes are accompanied by a humanoid figure's outline, and it appears to have a naked body. All these characteristics seem to match the description of what people call a rake. This mysterious figure just stands there, watching the person recording, and their intentions are unclear. It's uncertain whether this creature is simply lurking and following the person or if it has more sinister and harmful intentions. This video was taken at a construction site by a night shift worker, and it shows something very strange and eerie. In the video, there's a wheelbarrow, and right next to it, we can see something moving in a really creepy and unusual way. This figure looks kind of like a human, but moves in a very peculiar manner. This mysterious creature appears to have a white body with a head shape resembling that of a yeti, and it seems to be covered in white fur. It moves slowly, as if it's being cautious or searching for something. What do you think about this unusual creature? Getting chased or followed by something is already quite scary, but being silently watched by an unknown entity is a different kind of frightening experience. In this video, a homeowner recorded what happened when he heard strange noises coming from his backyard. He decided to start filming, and in the video, we can see a forest in the distance, with it being nighttime. Suddenly, a figure moves swiftly within the woods. Based on its shape, it appears to be a humanoid creature, possibly a rake or a nightcrawler. It might be a good idea for the homeowner to consider changing his home or installing a fence in his backyard if he wants to keep this mysterious entity at bay. This video comes from Mexico and was recorded by a home security camera installed on a street. In the video, we can see a lady who looks really scared. She's running away from something and keeps looking back. She's holding a flashlight in her hand and is shouting for help as she runs.
Hey! What's up? What's up?
After running for a while, she stops and checks behind her to see if whatever was chasing her is gone. But she gets frightened because that thing is still there. So what is she running from? If we pay close attention, from where the woman enters the street, we can see a smoky figure forming. This smoky figure tries to follow the lady, but then stops right before the well-lit area. This figure seems to take on a shape like a person. Even the cats and dogs in the area are scared by this thing, and you can hear them barking and see a cat running away. Horses are known for their strength, but even they can get scared by unknown creatures we've never seen before. In this video, we're in a horse barn where the horses are peacefully hanging out. Suddenly, something agile and strange appears inside the barn. This mysterious figure swiftly approaches one of the horses. The presence of this unsettling creature terrifies all the horses in the barn, making them anxious. They start acting nervously, and then they all begin to run. They try to jump over the fence as if they're running for their lives. One horse manages to leap over the fence successfully, but the second horse crashes through it and falls. We may not know exactly what this creature was, but one thing is for sure, it wasn't a pleasant sight. This video was shared on a TikTok account by a user named HardToGhetto. It's a security camera recording where we see a student closing his dorm room. While the student is trying to shut the door, something unusual happens. At the far end of the hallway, a small figure suddenly appears. This figure looks like a child or a small person, but it's completely black. It appears to have no head, just a long, stretched neck. The figure takes a few steps and then disappears into thin air. The student notices it from the corner of his eye, but he thinks it might be his imagination and goes about his usual day. This was a very creepy experience, and I imagine the whole student hostel must be quite uneasy after watching this security camera footage. Family late-night road trips are usually peaceful and memorable, but sometimes they can turn into a nightmare. In this particular instance, a family was on a long drive, passing through a forest road when something strange caught their attention. The mom started recording the trees, and as she recorded, a dark and shadowy figure peeked out from behind one of the trees. This figure was entirely black and seemed to be peering at the family in the car. After it peeked out 2 times, the family quickly drove away and didn't look back. It was a truly scary experience, especially considering that there were kids in the car who must have been really frightened by what they saw. This video comes from the Philippines and was captured by a home security camera. In the video, we can see a person walking by while carrying something in their hand. However, there's something really unusual about this figure. It appears to have no head. When we zoom in on the video, it becomes clear that this person is indeed headless, yet they are walking casually as if nothing is wrong. This is quite strange, especially considering that it happened in a densely populated neighborhood. Many other local residents claim to have seen this headless figure, and they believe it's the ghost of a headless being that wanders the streets. Some folks think it could be a stage stunt or fake, But the way this person walks so nonchalantly makes us wonder if there might be something more to this eerie sight. We've only explored a small part of the oceans, about 5%, and within that tiny portion, we've discovered millions of different aquatic species. But have you ever wondered about the remaining 95% of the sea? In this video from the Yangtze River in China, we can see a long, gigantic creature that looks somewhat like an eel swimming in the water. The front part of this creature is partly underwater, and its tail sticks out. It's really huge, and you can tell it's powerful by how it displaces water as it moves. Some people who have seen this video believe it might be the Loch Ness Monster, although it's a bit smaller than what we usually associate with the Loch Ness Monster. Whatever it is, it's definitely an unknown river creature that's captured our curiosity. For people who love exploring caves, it's a passion, but for those like me, it can be quite scary. This video, recorded by a cave explorer, really adds to the fear. In the video, the cave is pitch black, and the only source of light is the explorer's flashlight. As the cave explorer shines their light ahead to find their way, they suddenly spot a creature standing there. Once this creature realizes it's been spotted, it quickly runs deeper into the cave. Some people who have seen this video believe these creatures might be Tommyknockers. Tommyknockers are mythical beings known as cave goblins, and miners used to believe they would knock on the cave walls to warn miners of impending danger. This video was captured by a road camera, and it shows something really unsettling. In the video, we get a view of a road, and after a while, a strange figure appears from the left side of the frame. At first glance, this figure looks small, almost like a toddler, but its movements are quite unusual. This figure walks in the middle of the road, even though it's nighttime. It moves back and forth, and suddenly it starts flying. After flying for a bit, it lands and continues walking around on the road before eventually disappearing. It's hard to be certain about the appearance of this figure because it was quite far from the camera, but one thing is for sure, it didn't look like any creature we're familiar with. This video was posted on Reddit by a user who claimed to have captured a sighting of a nightcrawler in his backyard. In the video, we can see the person holding a flashlight, trying to find something or someone in the forest behind their home. They shine the flashlight on nearby trees and scan the area, but then they hear a growling noise that sounds like a cat. This sudden cat-like growl startles the person, and they quickly shine their flashlight on a tree in the distance. Behind that tree, they spot someone peeking out. This mysterious creature emits another eerie growl, which genuinely frightens the person, causing them to run away. Upon closer inspection, this creature appeared to be a skinny humanoid with a naked body, resembling the description of a nightcrawler. This man was out with his dog when suddenly, his dog started barking toward the woods ahead. The man then noticed a huge and tall figure walking through the woods and decided to start recording. As he recorded, his dog continued barking at this dark furred entity. But the figure just kept on walking, seemingly ignoring the bark. This creature strongly resembled Bigfoot because of its towering height. You can compare its size to the trees in the area, and it looked to be around 9 to 10 feet tall. Additionally, its posture while walking appeared quite human-like, and it had long arms. As for what this creature really was, it's hard to say definitively. Some might believe it was Bigfoot, while others may have different theories. It certainly remains a mysterious and intriguing sighting. This video was recorded by a truck's camera, and it captures a very strange experience on a remote road. In the video, the truck is traveling along a desolate road, when suddenly, a figure starts forming at the side of the road. As this figure takes shape, it becomes more like a proper human-like shape, and once it solidifies, it starts running and crosses the road. This figure is white and ghostly, almost like a spirit, and it crosses the road incredibly fast without any concern for the approaching truck. Initially, the truck driver thought they had a close call with hitting a person, but when they got out of the truck to check, there was no one there. The world can be quite strange at times, and occasionally we witness things that seem like glitches in the Matrix. In this video, we see a view of the sky with something very unusual happening. There's a bright and shiny orb in the sky that resembles plasma, and it's emitting a brilliant light. After a while, this orb produces luminous rings and sends them flying around, almost like something you'd see in a science fiction movie set in space. While one possible explanation for this occurrence could be malfunctioning electrical lines creating these plasma-like fields, it's challenging to explain the smoke or vapor emitting from them. Living in the countryside offers fascinating experiences, especially with cute and beautiful wildlife encounters. In these security camera videos, we witness a group of foxes gathering outside a house. One of them spots a mouse and they all chase it, eventually catching and carrying it away. Another video from the same area captures a grizzly bear strolling casually on a driveway. There's also a smaller bear, probably a cub, relaxing under a car. The cub moves around beneath the car and eventually comes out. In another video from this neighborhood, the grizzly bear is seen searching for food. It walks right up to the camera, even attempting to eat it before realizing it's not edible and simply sits in front of it. These interactions with animals are charming and captivating, but if you happen to find yourself outside at night with these hungry creatures around, you might end up becoming their next meal. This video is from India, where a group of friends came across a very strange creature while driving home. Right from the start, we can see a strange creature on the road ahead. This creature looks quite frightening, and its gaze is fixed directly on the camera. Its eyes shine as the camera's flash hits them, and its face seems to have a beard, but it has no hair on its head. What's really unsettling is that it's on all fours, yet it appears to be bent backward like a human. It's possible that these guys recording the video are doing a prank, but the fear in their voices seems very real to me. As the creature starts moving towards them, the camera person quickly runs away from the scene. Could it be a prank? Or was it truly a terrifying being captured on camera? I don't understand why adventure enthusiasts enjoy exploring forests late at night. This video is from such adventure seekers who are exploring a forest with flashlights. While they search for something interesting at night, they come across an abandoned sewage hole up ahead. They shine their flashlights towards the hole, revealing something strange and creepy in the distance. Hunched over in front of the metal blockage, this odd creature moves slowly, and after spotting the camera, it attempts to walk towards it. Adding to the mystery, there's a black cat just sitting and observing this creature's actions. When we get a close-up view of the creature, it appears to have a humanoid body shape, but its appearance is quite unusual. Seeing this strange being approach them, the explorers quickly flee from the scene. The creature's slow movements make it resemble a cryptid zombie. However, whatever it is, I'm truly impressed by the bravery of that cat. This next video involves a place we would expect to be haunted, a castle. Every castle has its own dark story, And maybe this too, one which lives to this day. This is a drone footage of an English castle, and at first it appears to be a normal recording of a castle. But things get weird the more and closer you look. As seen in the video, a translucent figure seems to be walking in the cabin camera fault, as we clearly see its shape and form, which resembles a human ghost. Castles are known to be a breeding ground for hauntings due to their frequently bloody past, so a sight like this is no wonder. Could this be evidence that we leave together with ghosts in the same space, but we just can't notice? And what could their intentions be? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Prepare to be terrified by this eerie video that defies explanation. A beekeeper was checking on his bees when spotted a perplexing sight. A goat-like creature emerges slowly from dense vegetation. The physique of this animal is peculiar as it has strange curled horns. As he looks closer, the observer is struck by a chilling realization. This is no ordinary animal and is not probably a goat. Every quiver of its head, every slight change of its body contributes to the unsettling mood. This could probably be some kind of prank, or eerily, maybe a creature of the unknown. In this video, a man is recording a bright light in the night sky. But it's not just the light. Around it, in the shape of a triangle, 3 lights seem to turn on and off periodically, as if following a pattern. Even due to the darkness, the lights can be seen in the sky. It seems to be something suspended in the air. Could this maybe be a UFO? It's interesting to note that there have been numerous reports of sightings in recent years. In fact, a new declassified US government report on UFO sightings has revealed hundreds of new cases. The US National Intelligence Office is now aware of 510 reported sightings. While many of these sightings can be attributed to human origins, more than 100 of the encounters remain unexplained. Could this one be yet another one that needs our attention? A video taken by a Mexican woman in an unnamed cemetery in Brazil has gone viral, featuring a terrifying vampire baby doll that appears to follow you with its eyes. The doll, which is dressed in all white and had a bottle of what looks like blood next to it, has racked up hundreds of thousands of views online and has even appeared in Mexican media. People are likening it to the demon doll Chucky from Child's Play, but many feel that this doll is even scarier. Some are saying that the doll must be possessed by the devil, while others believe it to be an advanced-made doll. However, the video is so unnerving that many viewers are left unsure of what to believe. One thing is for sure, this creepy vampire doll has captured the attention of people all over the world. This guy was exploring an abandoned building at night when he has a very scary encounter. As he was approaching one room, he became hesitant for a moment before opening the door. The doors creaked open, revealing a small, cramped space. In the corner, huddled and naked, was a creature that looked like a man. Its appearance was just wild, and its skin was pale and clammy. He turned and ran, his heart pounding in his chest. To me, I think this could be the infamous skinwalker that always appears rather naked. Could it have also been some person in distress, needing assistance? What do you think? The action in this clip is short but rather fascinating. It's filmed at night, so you have to concentrate to catch what is going on. You can see the bobcat sneaking up on the unsuspecting coyote and then crouches in the long grass. Only its shining eyes are visible. The coyote trots into the field, completely oblivious to the waiting feline. When the bobcat strikes, it launches itself at the coyote, who lets out an unworldly scream. The coyote leaves pretty quickly and can be seen farther in the field, as if it is trying to comprehend what had happened. We've heard of many Bigfoot sightings with towering figures, but have you ever seen something as tall as a house? This video comes from Finland, and it shows a view of a house's front yard. Suddenly, a massive skeleton-like figure passes through the frame. This creature or figure is incredibly huge, and most of its body seems to be made up of its long legs. It's also slightly bent over and moving quite quickly. This towering figure is climbing up the slope in front of the house. What exactly was this enormous figure? What were its intentions? And why was it going up the hill? There are so many questions surrounding this mysterious sighting. This video is from India, and it shows a busy road. At first glance, everything seems normal as cars pass by. However, if you look closely at the end of the road, you'll spot an unknown creature lurking there. This creature can only be seen when a car passes by and shines its headlights on it. The creature has a humanoid body shape, but it appears very skinny, almost like a rake. The way it lurks there and watches the passing cars can be quite unsettling. Locals in the area have reported seeing this creature around their crops and farms. There have even been stories of it attacking their livestock at night. As for what this creature might be, some speculate it could be a skinwalker or perhaps a rake. It certainly remains a mysterious and eerie presence. This video comes from Russia, where a forest ranger was on a routine inspection and stumbled upon something he'll likely never forget. In the video recorded by the ranger, it's a snowy scene, and everything seems peaceful and ordinary at first. The ranger pans the camera around, showing trees blanketed in snow. He continues to walk and film the surroundings, but suddenly he senses the presence of something, as if someone is watching him. Then, he spots a figure lurking and stalking him from behind a tree. This figure is massive and covered in fur. The ranger zooms in on it, revealing a large gorilla-like head covered in black fur. This mysterious creature is just sitting there, observing the forest ranger. Now the question arises, was it just a gorilla, or could it have been the legendary Bigfoot? This video was shared on the Denver Police YouTube channel, and it revolves around a situation where concerned neighbors contacted the police about loud banging noises originating from an abandoned neighbor's house. The police promptly responded to the call and conducted a thorough search of the entire area. However, during this investigation, something truly unusual and unsettling was captured on one officer's body camera. In the footage from the body camera, we can see a police officer using a flashlight to inspect the house. Right from the beginning, the house gave off an eerie feeling, and the officer started noticing shadows moving around the property. As the officer approached the main door, we could observe a humanoid shadow moving in a side window. Additionally, there were distinct tapping sounds and noises coming from inside the abandoned house.
I keep seeing shadows walking by. What the f***?
Faced with these eerie occurrences, the officer quickly retreated to their police cruiser. Inside the vehicle, he explained that it felt like he had encountered something, even though no one else was present.
Oh, I need Jesus. So a little update. I was walking through property. I got to the back, and I felt like something was watching me as I was checking the doors. And as I turned around to walk away, I bumped into something. Except the difference was I didn't see anything there. my heart's racing.
His heart was pounding as he sat in the cruiser. It was unquestionably a frightening and unsettling experience for the police officer, as dealing with unknown and unexplained phenomena can be quite unnerving, even for the police. Two friends were having an adventure in the forest, riding their four-wheelers and enjoying recording their time in the water. But things took an unexpected turn. In the video, one friend is recording the other as they have fun with their four-wheeler, driving through the water and revving it up. As the four-wheeler goes a bit farther, the friend with the camera follows. That's when they both notice something in the distant trees. There's a large, dark figure moving through the woods. Suddenly, the friend on the four-wheeler also spots this enormous figure and points it out to his buddy. This figure is quite tall, and the two friends even claim to have heard its footsteps from that far away. I'm sure this trip became a truly memorable experience for these friends, and they'll have plenty of campfire stories to share. This video comes from India, and when you watch it, it appears like something straight out of a nightmare. The homeowner recorded this video when he heard strange noises coming from outside his window. In the video, we can hear peculiar and eerie clucking noises. Then, something strange happens. We see a mysterious figure descending from the roof of a truck, and the way it comes down is incredibly unsettling and doesn't seem like a normal human movement. It almost looks like this figure is hovering or floating. Frightened by this sight, the homeowner quickly closes the blinds in front of the window. After a few seconds, the homeowner cautiously peeks out again to see if the figure is gone, but to their horror, it's still there, hovering. This was an extremely scary experience for the homeowner, and one can only hope that they are mentally okay after this terrifying encounter. I have a fondness for trail cameras, as they provide us with captivating views of the deep forest from the comfort and safety of our homes. However, sometimes they capture things that weren't meant for our eyes. This video comes from a trail camera set to record at night. The camera is pointed towards the woods, and suddenly we hear someone walking close to the camera. Out of nowhere, a large and hairy figure passes in front of the frame. Well, from what we can gather, it had a very hairy appearance with dense hair covering its body, and it was quite sizable. Some folks who've seen this video believe it might be a Sasquatch, but there's no clear evidence as we only caught a small part of this mysterious creature. This video hails from Washington Mountain, and it presents some intriguing evidence suggesting the existence of the mighty Sasquatch. In the video, we are greeted by a snowy landscape, and in the distance, a substantial, bulky figure is on the move. This figure's posture, while walking, is undoubtedly humanoid, and we can make out its broad legs and hefty arms. It's important to note that this is a mountain peak covered in snow, so the likelihood of this creature being a gorilla or an ape is extremely low. Moreover, there's a forest in the distance, raising the possibility that this creature was heading back into the woods. As for my thoughts on this creature, it's indeed a compelling sighting that aligns with the descriptions of the legendary Sasquatch. We've all heard the saying that the forest breathes, but have you ever heard a forest scream? This video is from Canada, and it presents a view of a forest. The person behind the camera is explaining that they're hearing strange and unsettling screams coming from the forest. Suddenly, we hear a horrifying scream that sounds as though someone is crying out for help from within the forest. This scream is filled with eerie rumbles and intense agony. Some viewers have suggested it might be a mountain lion, but typically, mountain lions are known for their feminine-like screams. In contrast, these screams are characterized by deep rumbling and sound like cries of distress. The question arises, should the person behind the camera investigate and check if someone needs help in there? This video shows two friends hiking in Provo Canyon, which is situated between Mount Timpanogos to the north and Mount Cascade to the south. While they were hiking in the forest, they heard something rustling in the nearby bushes. Curious, they turned the camera toward the bushes and spotted something lurking behind the trees. This figure was standing very still and appeared to be focused on the hikers. Suddenly, it moved, revealing its massive size. Faced with the sheer size of this mysterious creature, the hikers understandably ran for their lives, and the video came to an end. According to the friends, they were convinced that this was a Bigfoot encounter, especially because they had heard about multiple Bigfoot encounters in Provo Canyon before. Watching these types of videos can certainly make one think twice about venturing into the forest. Imagine opening your apartment door and encountering a mountain lion right in front of you. This video is from Flagstaff, and it shows a real-life situation where a mountain lion managed to enter a residential apartment building. The mountain lion got inside through a glass door that was left open. Once inside, it didn't seem eager to leave. Instead, it casually roamed around the hallway, perhaps in search of food. However, when apartment residents came out of their rooms for their usual daily routines, this stealthy lion would hide. There's a part in the video where a lady exits her apartment and goes outside with her dog for a walk. She didn't notice the lion initially, but upon her return, her dog tried to confront the mountain lion. Thankfully, she managed to keep her dog safe and informed others about the situation. It was undoubtedly a frightening encounter, and it's scary to imagine what might have happened to the lady if her dog hadn't been there to protect her. Some people hold the belief that the spirits of the deceased may still exist in the world and sometimes even interact with us, the living. In this video recorded in a cemetery, we witness a person paying their respects at a gravesite. However, something unusual occurs as we can also see a figure leaning over the mourner, as if trying to offer comfort. This spirit appears to take on a humanoid shape, and it has a transparent, ethereal quality. It remains by the side of the grieving individual throughout the entire mourning process. It seems as though this spirit may be related to the person the mourner is grieving for, offering solace and understanding. The presence of such a friendly and comforting spirit is reassuring, as it suggests that spirits may have an understanding of human emotions and a desire to provide support, even in the afterlife. Late-night adventures on desolate forest roads can sometimes lead to strange and creepy encounters. This video originates from India and was recorded from within a jeep traveling along a forest trail at night. In the video, we can see some movement in front of the car, initially resembling an animal, like a dog or a wild boar. However, as the camera zooms in, we discover a truly eerie sight. This unknown creature is carrying the body of another animal. The jeep continues to follow this unknown entity, and we catch a glimpse of its head. Its head has a different color from its body, and it appears to be a strange hybrid with a horse-like head and a pig-like body. Encounters with such mysterious and unfamiliar creatures are indeed unsettling, leaving us with questions and a sense of wonder. It's a reminder that there's still so much we don't know about the world's diverse and strange wildlife. This video takes us to the Australian Colatrus forest, where two wildlife enthusiasts wearing GoPros set out on an adventure and had an incredibly unsettling encounter. In the GoPro footage, we find ourselves surrounded by dense woods, and then a tall figure emerges and walks through the woods right in front of the camera. This figure can be seen walking through the woods, and the person behind the camera quickly notices and goes to inform their friend that they've spotted what they believe is a Bigfoot. It certainly resembled a Bigfoot, being remarkably tall and covered in thick black fur. While some viewers might argue that it could be a gorilla or an ape, the sheer size of this creature is quite massive. What's surprising is how calmly the person reacts after spotting the Bigfoot. They casually tell their friend about the encounter, as if they had just spotted a bear or some other wildlife. Encounters between hikers and the possibility of spotting Bigfoot are always in the realm of possibility, especially when hikers venture into remote or less traveled trails and paths. This particular video comes from a hiker exploring the depths of the Cleveland National Forest. In the video, we can see a figure in the woods, moving among the trees in the distance. This figure strongly resembles a Bigfoot, mainly due to its towering height, human-like walking posture, and a coat of black fur. The dense trees partially obscure our view of this Bigfoot-like creature. It's quite intriguing to witness this Bigfoot just casually strolling through the forest. Many such Bigfoot sightings suggest that these mysterious beings often wander aimlessly through the wilderness. In this video, we're presented with a view of the sky, and within it, an unusual black smoke ring mysteriously appears. What's puzzling is that this ring seems to be there without any apparent source, leaving us to wonder where it originated from. It's worth noting that similar black smoke rings have been observed in different parts of the world, and many people tend to associate them with paranormal phenomena. However, a more logical explanation could be that these black rings may result from the use of fireworks. Such vortices are typically created when there's a burst through a circular structure, like a factory smokestack or even a makeshift container, like a rubbish bin. Despite these potential explanations, there's no clear-cut evidence as to what exactly is forming these rings and what they truly represent. They remain a fascinating and enigmatic mystery that continues to capture our curiosity. We all recognize lions as fearsome and formidable creatures, but have you ever imagined them indulging in a little thievery? This video takes us to the Masai Mara, where wildlife photographer Rachel Chapman Wild positioned her camera to capture footage of a group of lions. In the video, a curious lion approaches the camera and, inquisitively, decides to investigate it by grabbing it with its mouth. After a brief inspection involving mouth and tongue, the lion gently sets the camera back down. Then, a lion cub enters the scene, seizes the camera in its mouth, and embarks on a playful run. In the background, you can hear other lions roaring, seemingly joining in on the fun. Eventually, the lion cub finds a serene spot, places the camera down, and settles in for a nap right beside it. This heartwarming footage offers a glimpse of the playful side of these majestic animals. Hopefully, no lions or humans were harmed in the process of reclaiming the camera. The animal kingdom is incredibly captivating, with countless intriguing sights and sounds to discover. In this video captured by a trail camera, we're treated to a fascinating wildlife encounter. The footage features a fully grown buck with impressive antlers, in hot pursuit of a doe. During the breeding season, any doe that's ready for mating becomes the center of attention for bucks, who tirelessly chase them. Bucks have a tendency to corral these does into more open areas where they can keep a watchful eye on them, and protect them from other less dominant bucks. This period makes the does more visible than at any other time of the year. As we watch this pursuit unfold, we can also hear the doe making a distinct whining sound. A vocalization that likely communicates her feelings during this chase. Witnessing the adorable cubs of animals is truly heartwarming, and their cuteness knows no bounds. In this video, part of a research project in Algonquin Park, Canada, we are treated to the sight of a 5-week-old bear cub, calling out for her mother. The little one was under the care of the research team, who were on a mission to locate the bear mama. What's truly amazing is how these researchers treated the bear cub with all the tenderness one would give to a human baby. They even provided the cub with their own body heat, ensuring her comfort. After a thorough search, they successfully located the bear mama's den and joyfully reunited her with her missing cub. The heartwarming growls of happiness from the mama bear as she embraces her cub are a testament to the strong bond between mother and baby in the animal kingdom. This video takes us to Ireland, where a child managed to capture footage of a mysterious glowing orb in the sky. As we watch the video, we can see what initially appears to be a star-like object in the sky, but then something extraordinary happens. This orb starts moving, and it does so at an incredibly fast pace. The child behind the camera believes it's a UFO, and their conclusion might be spot on. The reason for this suspicion lies in the orb's rapid and erratic movement. It hovers high above the clouds and, in the blink of an eye, vanishes from sight, only to reappear moments later. What's more, the orb exhibits strange behaviors, such as fluctuations in its brightness. Stars and satellites don't typically behave this way, ruling out these possibilities. So when all other explanations have been ruled out, it leaves us with one intriguing possibility. The child may very well have witnessed an unidentified flying object, making this sighting all the more mysterious and captivating. This video, shared on the Big EF subreddit, purports to be genuine footage of the legendary Bigfoot. In this video, the scene is set against a distant mountain backdrop, where a sizable black figure can be seen in motion. The scale of this creature is substantial, even from a considerable distance. Notably, it's sprinting downhill with remarkable agility and doesn't appear to struggle at all. What adds to the unease is the suspicion that this creature has spotted the person recording the video, as it now seems to be rushing towards them. As for its appearance, it aligns with the classic Bigfoot description, with a massive, black and thick fur covering its body. The uploader also makes the eerie claim that this Bigfoot continued to stalk them, even when they had put miles between them. If I were in the camera person's shoes, the mere sight of this imposing Bigfoot charging toward me would have likely sent me running in the opposite direction as fast as I could. This video features a group of friends embarking on a forest adventure. While on the trail, one of them noticed something dark moving ahead of them in the woods. He quickly urged others to grab his camera and start recording this mysterious figure. Initially, they thought it might be a black bear. However, one of the friends had reservations about it being a bear, as this creature's legs had an unusual appearance. Confusion ensued among them, as they weren't entirely certain whether they were observing a bear or something entirely different. Even when they meticulously examined the footage by slowing it down and zooming in, this dark-furred creature's shape seemed rather peculiar and didn't resemble that of a bear. For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.